Chapter 1, The Account. I want to tell you about a social media account that followed me for 8 months before I understood what it was. It started simply enough. I got a follow notification from an account I didn't recognize, no profile picture, no posts, no bio, just a username that was a long string of numbers and letters that meant nothing. I get spam follows occasionally, the way everyone does, and I ignored it. I did not follow back. I didn't think about it again. 3 weeks later, I posted a photo from a restaurant I hadn't been to in years. A place I had gone to spontaneously on a Wednesday evening without telling anyone. Within 4 minutes, the account had liked it. Not commented, just liked. I noticed because it was the only like for the first hour, and because the username was the same one I'd seen before. I checked the account again. Still no posts, no bio, no profile picture. Following one account, mine. I told myself it was a bot. Bots like posts, that's what they do. I blocked the account and moved on. 6 weeks later, I got a new follow notification. Different username, same format, a long string of characters that meant nothing. No profile picture, no posts, following only me. I blocked it immediately this time. This happened 7 times over the following 4 months. 7 different accounts, all the same format, all with no content, all following only me. I blocked each one within a day or 2 of noticing it. The intervals between them were irregular, sometimes 2 weeks, sometimes 6. There was no pattern I could identify. The 8th account was different. It had a profile picture, a photograph, slightly blurry, taken from a distance, of a person walking down a street. I couldn't identify the street. I couldn't identify the person because the photo was taken from behind. But the person in the photo was wearing a jacket I recognized, a very specific jacket, olive green with a distinctive tear in the left shoulder seam that I had never repaired. A jacket I had owned for 3 years and wore regularly. I was wearing that jacket in the photo. I could not identify when it had been taken or where, but it was me, photographed from behind, without my knowledge, on a street I couldn't place. I reported the account and deleted my profile that evening. I haven't gone back. I've thought a lot about the 8 accounts. I've thought about whether they were connected and whether whoever was behind them had been watching me in person as well as online, and for how long before they decided to use a photo. I've thought about what the photo was meant to communicate, whether it was a threat or a signal or simply a way of letting me know they were there. I think about it most when I'm walking somewhere alone, when I remember that someone somewhere decided I was worth following for 8 months, and that I have no idea who they were or whether they stopped.
Chapter 2, The Forum. My brother found the forum by accident.
He was searching for information about a specific hiking trail in the Pacific Northwest, detailed trail reports, conditions, that kind of thing. And one of the results was a forum he'd never seen before. It looked like any other outdoor enthusiast forum. Thread titles about trail conditions, gear recommendations, trip reports. He clicked through a few threads, found some useful information, and bookmarked it. He went back 2 weeks later when he was planning another trip. The forum looked the same design, same categories, same thread structure. But something was different that he couldn't immediately identify. It took him about 10 minutes of browsing to realize what it was. The dates were wrong. Every post on the forum was dated in the future, not by years, by weeks, by days. Posts from next Tuesday, trip reports from 3 weeks from now, gear reviews dated for the following month. Not a single post was dated in the past or present. He checked his computer's date and time. Correct. He refreshed the page. Same dates. He closed the browser, reopened it, went back to the forum. Same dates. He started reading the posts more carefully. The trip reports described specific trails he knew well, in specific and accurate detail. Conditions, distances, landmarks. They described the trails as they were, not as they might be. The gear reviews referenced products that existed and were available. The information was accurate and detailed and normal in every way except that it was dated weeks in the future. He clicked on the profiles of some of the users who had posted. All of them had join dates in the future as well. All of them had post histories that went back or forward months. He tried to create an account to post a question. The registration page asked for standard information: username, email, password. He filled it in and submitted. The page returned an error. Registration is not available for your time zone. He closed the browser and didn't go back. He told me about it a week later, and we spent an hour trying to find the forum again, using his search history and bookmarks. It wasn't there. The bookmark returned a 404 error. The search that had led him there originally returned no matching results. I don't know what the forum was. I don't know who posted on it, or why it was dated in the future, or what your time zone meant as a reason to deny registration. I know that the information on it was accurate, and that it described things as they currently were, not as they might be, in posts dated for weeks from now. My brother went on the hiking trip he'd been planning. The trail was exactly as one of the future dated posts had described it. He didn't find that reassuring. Chapter 3: The Live Stream. My friend Kai was a casual live streamer. Nothing serious, just gaming streams for a small regular audience of maybe 40 or 50 people. He streamed 2 or 3 times a week, knew most of his regulars by username, kept it low-key. He did it for about 2 years without anything unusual happening. The unusual thing happened on a Tuesday night in November. He was about an hour into a stream when a new account joined the chat. The username was a single word: outside. No numbers, no characters, just the word in capitals. He noticed it but didn't comment on it. New accounts joined streams all the time. He kept playing. About 10 minutes later, outside typed their first message. It said, "Your window." Kai glanced at his window, which was behind him, not visible to the stream camera, and saw nothing. He typed back in the chat, asking what about the window. Outside did not respond for several minutes. Then they typed, "Look again." Kai looked again. His window faced a small side street, and at the angle he could see from his chair, the street appeared empty. He told his chat it was nothing and kept playing. 15 minutes later, outside typed, "The third window from the left on your building. That's you." Kai stopped playing. He lived in an apartment building. His window was the third from the left on his floor. He had never mentioned his address on stream. He had never shown the outside of his building on camera. He asked outside in the chat how they knew that. Outside did not respond. He asked again. Silence. His regular viewers were asking what was going on. He ended the stream. He checked outside immediately after. The street was empty. He checked his building's exterior camera footage from a friend who worked the building's management. The footage showed a person standing on the sidewalk across from the building for approximately 40 minutes that evening, looking up at the windows. The person left about 10 minutes after Kai ended his stream. The footage was not high enough resolution to identify the person. Kai reported it to the platform and to the police. The platform suspended the outside account for ban evasion, meaning whoever it was had been banned before under a different name and had created this account specifically. Kai still streams occasionally. He moved his setup so the window is no longer behind him. He told me the thing that stays with him is not the message about the window. It's the word again, the implication that he had already looked and missed something, that whatever was outside his window had been there long enough to watch him not see it.